It is Newcastle Select Board January 26th meeting. And call to order. Okay, any amendments to the agenda?
Yes, two.
Okay.
And then I've got so many tabs open there because we had a lot of stuff today. We need item 7B volunteer fire capacity grant. And 6E board and committee appointment.
All that downtime yesterday, had some time to work on a few other items for you tonight.
We didn't have a long enough agenda tonight.
No.
Luckily, those are both.
They are there, it's, I already busted.
Yeah. Great, thanks, Karen. And meeting minutes from January 12th meeting.
I'll move that we approve the minutes of the January 12th, 2026 meeting as I'm about to amend them.
Okay.
The only, shoot, I forgot my piece of paper. It was under the appointment for ambulance. Okay, 6A. The very last line says pause noted McFarland is continuing as treasurer. She's not continuing as treasurer. And that's why I was just remarking that she would be somebody's gonna take up that slack as well. That's the one ahead.
So Ellen is completely off
Yes,
and there is no, at least she's not treasurer, that's all. We just need to strike that last line.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and just get rid of the whole line. It's fine.
Any other, so I make a motion?
I
Okay.
made a motion, yeah.
And Tom seconded. Any other comments, discussion? All right, all those in favor?
No.
Motion passes, 5 members. Public comments not on the agenda. Item 4. I see
It's
waving,
you, Mike.
Yeah.
Got anything to say?
waving on the commitment. Okay, let's move on from that. Item 5A. Presentation on the FY27 budget. We've got the town manager and the town treasurer to help us out on this.
Boy, I sent it in, didn't I? Present on the screen here. I don't know, watching this. Is it stuck down there? No. Okay. Always. Don't. So you'll notice sitting next to me, Michelle Cameron, our finance director. She's done a lot of the heavy lifting this year, because I'm trying to get her to take over more of the responsibility related to the budget process, and implementation.
I'm sorry.
Flare, because it's tilted up. A little bit.
Yeah, I know there are.
All right, Michelle, I just want to apologize. I misintroduced you.
Okay.
So finance director.
He also serves as our treasurer, deputy town clerk. Basically all the roles, so I kind of packaged together.
Wrapped up.
We have a relatively brief presentation. I've steered away from what I've given in the past about all of the explaining of the budget process, the budget, how the mill rate works, and move more towards just some of the suggestions that Michelle had. So I'm gonna let her kind of run this a little bit.
Try.
All right,
No, not really.
just push this
Okay.
on over.
I like a mouse.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've created a budget timeline. I'm sure most of you have looked at it or accessed it. And it's working great to just keep everybody in the loop. So hopefully we don't get snowed out, but we can do snow days as well. And it will be updated here and obviously in an email as well. We have to change a meeting time. So we put all our budget documents.
Don't forget, these are links. So if you clicked on this, it would take you directly to the agenda. So this is sort of your hotkey document. So this presentation is all hotkeys to the different documents as well. You don't have to do it this time, but try one. Okay, you can spend it.
And that's why I have about 10 tabs open, I think. 'cause I
Yeah,
can't-
because you have to open them.
Okay, so we put all our budget documentation in one place that's accessible to the select board and public. We tried to be really careful to make sure the links are viewed so that people, when they open them, can actually look at the documents. So yeah, I think.
Every link you have is actually physically in this folder. So this is your the broad folder you can go to find all the documents, or you can use this if you're looking for specific links.
There's also links in a budget memo as well, in case you forget to look at the timeline. The budget lines are there, it's a line item budget. We just broke it down into expenditures and revenues this year. As far as, we're gonna talk about them differently, as you can see on the timeline on different nights. But we're basically breaking it up into these general government, public service, community services. We broke out Department 102 to kind of easier explain public service versus community service, which is provider agencies, stuff like that. Planning and development, public safety, public works, and harbor. Debt service, which is 110, and transfer to reserves.
I'm sorry. Why is Harbor 801 not 108?
It's always been 801, so we just didn't mess with it.
Okay, just wanted to make sure it wasn't
Because
that.
it's always been that way.
It's always been that way.
That is, it's been
fine.
801 on the revenue side.
Okay,
And we just used the harbor to start creating an expenditure side last year.
We were expending out of revenue, and so we were like, we really should be tracking our expenses separately, so we created new accounts.
So these are trio account numbers?
Yes,
Correct.
So 102 is both public service and community service?
yes, it's actually called public and community services.
Oh, I see.
And so we just broke it down as part of the budget process based on the conversation we had last year.
Got it.
So public service is really just the transfer station and the septic system that you guys just agreed to the contract last year.
Sure.
And then the community services are your provider agencies.
Revenue categories are general government, planning and development, state and federal reimbursement, and harbor mooring fees. Show the links.
I would say that this is the most important link for really the budget conversation this year. This takes you directly to the line item budget. And you can see we've included notes in here throughout for your review and understanding of why those numbers might be what they are or what drives those figures. Now, of course, I can't get back to where I was because
Gotta find the open.
I gotta find the tab.
Yep, so there's links embedded in this presentation too, so if people want to utilize those, they can. There's a link in, if you click on the revenue snapshot of the fiscal year 27, you can click and find the link to the revenue sheets. You okay with that, Sal?
Sure, so capital improvement and asset inventory. We've shared this last year and we've been continuing to monitor and edit it. We have budgeted for $900,000 for roads and $50,000 for the fire truck, same as last year. However, I did ask our road commissioner, can you price out more than just $900,000 worth of needs? So the board can have a conversation about their priorities. So I'm still waiting on one number for Timber Lane. The bulb, the part that does the loop around is in pretty bad shape. Part of it got done at one point, but the last part did not. So I did say, can you at least help us at least get a list? So this currently is about 1.7. I would bet that there's probably $1.8 million worth of projects that our road commissioner priced out for us to discuss next Wednesday on the February 4th with our road commissioner. You know, and then there's always the conversation we'll have in a little bit about if we borrow for Hopkins Hill Road this year, then you have a little more cash in your road reserve to take on a few more of these, potentially a few more of these projects. So a lot of this is very fluid, and I wanted to just have a starting place of not increasing the road reserve at this time, but having it stay stable from one year to the next. So it's the same situation, and this link at the top takes you to a sheet document that has two tabs. One is the roads, and then the other is the apparatus, and that shows you what we should be putting away if we wanted to pay all cash to fix or to replace our trucks in the future. What we need to be putting away today, and their replacement schedule. So that is in there as well. It's about $220,000 we should be putting away every year for our fire trucks.
Only if we want to pay cash.
If we wanted to pay cash, yes,
Okay, yeah,
correct.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry. If we wanted to pay cash,
Yeah.
we should be putting $220,000.
Yeah, and just for the record, we've never done that.
Correct. The last few years have been 50,000, which is
No, I meant we've never paid for any kind of large fire
truck
truck
with
or
just cash.
apparatus for just cash.
Sure.
It's a good goal. We've just never done it before.
Just recognizing that
Yes,
it costs.
I saw that number at first and I was like, oh. And then I thought about it and I was like, no, okay, I get it.
I've also included links to basically our inventory of what we have. This doesn't talk about replacement schedules or anything, it's just information about what the town has for, you know, the things we have to take care of and replace and repair. And then lastly is that inventory map. Obviously, the data is getting a little old now. We've had some work done on our roads this past year, so we will have to update this. Realizing that was a great initiative. Now I got to figure out how to continue to keep it up. So, want to talk a little bit about county tax?
Yeah, we were able to receive the tax commitment from Lincoln County. And they signed it on January 20th. We've linked the document, and Newcastle's share is $524,753, which is a 4.89% increase over the previous year.
That is just a pass-through bill. We don't have any say in that number. And same with this one.
Yes, we did meet with the superintendent. They are having their meetings as well, their budget meetings, so we are estimating a 4% increase just based on conversation. And we are hoping to have more figures definitely by our February 24th workshop. So it's a placeholder right now.
Their finance committee meets the first week of March. This is why she was offering to give us a more accurate figure by that time.
Yeah, and then there's a link to the school folder when we have documents to put in it. Right now it's empty. So this is just a summary of the increases or decreases, but it's increases. So and just to break down just a visual so that you can see what it looks like.
That red's almost half.
And the red represents the school.
Yeah.
But you can see our municipal increase is only 1.6%. We'll get into the details during the workshops. The workshops are also, we're gonna record them with the OWL this year. Given the fact that this is a all ballot meeting, or all ballot decisions, there's questions I still have, like, is it just the municipal amount as a sum? Is it the category still? How do you break that down? And also, maybe those workshops are a little more generally open to the public to provide their input, just because there won't be a town meeting. So, you know, talking about engaging the public and inviting them in earlier. I mean, I'm glad you're here, but I wish more of the public were here to see this and understand, like, we're trying to make this extremely accessible, at least. And we can and will have copies of the line item budget available for the public. It's about, when you look at the expenditures in the revenue document, it's about 20 pages. So it's easy for us to print and provide if people want it, but if any of you want a paper copy of it, happy to print that for you.
It's gonna change 10 times.
It
30
will,
times
yeah,
between
and
now
we will
yeah.
revamp the calculator again, so if there are changes you want to make, you can put them in there and it can give you an idea of where things are gonna land, so.
I have this feeling that we're gonna go through this whole budget process. And Mike's gonna be the only one that's good.
I encourage everyone I speak to come to these meetings.
Good.
I tell people, I said, don't you ever complain unless you sat through this and all of the discussions. I seriously, I do.
Yeah.
And that's our budget presentation for this evening. Yeah, keeping it simple.
Love it.
It looks like it's gonna work well with the links and everything.
Yeah.
And my main thing will be like, okay, where's that link again? But you've got that one folder, so I should be able to find everything.
You got the link to the folder. This, I would say that this is your cheat sheet. This presentation is essentially your budget cheat sheet, gets you to anything and everything that we're developing. That folder, as we add things through this process, will all show up in there. The other item that is sort of your cheat sheet is the memo that Michelle drafted. That was a link in your item commentary for this evening. Related to this, that has all of this stuff as well. This is the TLDR version of that letter. Too
Didn't
long
wanna
to
read
read.
it, look at this.
Yeah, too long to read.
I gotta say, I read the memo, and I finished reading the memo. And I kind of sat back for a second and I said, 15 years I've been doing budgets from Newcastle. And this is what I've always wanted. It's fabulous. It's amazing.
Glad.
It was a great memo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good.
No,
Also
it's here.
summary. Hit it exactly, just all the highlights and, yeah. I mean, I love the whole thing, but I gotta say, like. We as a town have come a long way. There were a couple of early years where literally. The town administrator printed out this trio. And just said, what do you wanna do?
Oh,
That was it.
that
That was the whole budget
that
process.
would be hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so this is amazing. It's
Yeah.
absolutely amazing and I can't thank you enough.
Yeah, happy to do it. I have a great mentor.
Hopefully it'll make all our decisions easier.
Yep, so our first meeting is February 4th at 6 p.m. It's on the timeline and I did add the time to the top of those tabs on the timeline document.
Yeah, the other challenge about this being live is that things will change in these documents, so please check in regularly or let us know and we'll update you. That goes the same with the memo she's drafted. As we have those budget workshops, I think that memo is just gonna get longer with Q&As and that information will all be in that document. That's our approach anyway this year, to see how it goes.
The only other thing I wanna say is, I'm fully in support and also very grateful that this is the first year we're going fully digital.
Yeah.
There's no reason that we shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But the fact that we're doing it is awesome.
Anything else?
All right. So the fourth. In the first discussion.
Yep, currently it's Public Works and Capital.
That's subject to change.
We have another storm coming Sunday. I have no faith that this is gonna be,
Fourth is a Wednesday, so let's hope we'll.
okay.
Leave it open.
That makes a difference.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
The 60, Karen, that you added, is
Yes.
that for Angela? That what you were adding?
No, that's, oh, that's for the Salt Bay. Cemetery
For the
District.
town.
That's Angela,
Yeah, yeah.
Angela White, yeah.
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 Because we have an appointment. And then to review it. Okay, thank you, Michelle.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Item 6A, staff board and committee appointments, appeals board. Looks like Bonnie Stone is willing to join.
Yes, that's right.
Yep.
It was kind of a, the approach we've been taking is put it out there, see if there's interested parties. There is a potential for an appeals request, and I'd like to try to get this position filled quickly, so.
So what's the status of the board, appeals board, is that full?
If the board appoints Bonnie, they will have the full 5 members.
Motion.
I'll move to appoint Bonnie Stone to Newcastle Appeal Board with a term expiring June 30th, 2027.
Second that.
Alrighty, any discussion on this or Bonnie or et cetera?
As long as she's willing.
She
Awesome.
was, I had to, twist her arm and everything, but
Yeah, she's got a lot of general knowledge of town stuff.
Yeah.
Been involved in a lot of
she
things.
served on the planning board, she
Yeah.
participated in the historic preservation committee.
Yep.
Yeah, she's
Good.
comes in regularly and says hello, so.
She'll be great.
And it's good to have an actual appeals board, which I don't think has met since 2021.
I was gonna say, I've never had them.
Mhm.
No, that was the last time I remember. Which actually says good things,
That does.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway,
Okay, there's no further discussion, all those in favor? Okay, motion passes 5 members. And items 6B. Development strategy, public engagement. And I guess I'll just start briefly on this just to mention, I know Kevin has been spearheading this in his sort of ambitions and help with Michael on just sort of general town planning stuff. But this is I think this is a good opportunity to get some community input. Karen and I joined Kevin on a sort of summary, I won't say interview, but a just a better understanding of Lisa Whitehead and what she was gonna do. So yeah, any questions? Before we launch into action?
Seems like a pretty neat organization to be involved with. Just looking through their website.
She
Yeah.
seems like she would be really good at this too.
Yeah, I obviously haven't met her, but.
Yeah.
From what Kevin said, just from her, a little bit that I've read.
The fee for this would be coming out of currently our planning budget.
There's 3 options for this, one, and I haven't checked yet. The grant, we still have about $20,000 for the ARPA grant. And because it's community engagement and trying to address and look at housing,
Mhm.
it's potentially could be used for that. Those resources could also be used for a host of other things that are gonna be necessary on our Mills Road project, but I'll check in on that. There's another option. We still have the roughly $12,000 in planning. I don't feel comfortable or in a position to hire somebody right now. If anything, and then I'll talk about it during the budget process. If anything, it would be consulting services, maybe to hire a few hours of Lincoln County or Mid-Coast Community Action Grant, or sorry, Mid-Coast Council of Governments. Both organizations have planners who we could borrow hours from for certain reviews or whatnot. I just struggle with the limited space we have. Already there are people sharing desks and it has its moments. So I would rather use those resources for consulting, so potentially for that. Or third is you still have contingency accounts this year, so you have 3 options to pay for it. I'm not asking you to solve that now, I wanna just find out if the board's supportive of going this route to try to do some community engagement. So,
Do we have a budget with Lincoln County planning for hours or how do we use?
No, they're a department of the county, so
Yeah.
they're a resource we have available to us. The question is, do they have the capacity to take certain things on?
Well, yeah, I'm just wondering, do they tell us, hey, we can't do that, or I
Mhm.
mean, we don't want to exhaust it? Good thing, but.
No, we don't have a strict budget with them,
Okay.
no.
But they have said certain things in the past, I mean, general guidance. Like, they won't do application review for it.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah,
Only if we paid them.
well, yes, exactly.
If I had
but
a
like,
contract with them, they would.
yeah, but they specifically come out and said, like, towns can't use
Yeah.
us for no fee.
You're not your planner.
Exactly, as your default plan.
Yeah, I
Correct.
get that,
Yeah.
I'm just, I'm thinking, this outreach program has got maybe 6 to 8 hours of community engagement.
Yep.
It'd be nice if Emily or somebody from planning was involved with at least one or two of those.
Well, I intend to invite them to all of them.
Yeah, I know, I'm just saying, like, it'd be nice if they were at everyone, I can understand if they're like, well, listen, guys, that's a lot, but. Not sure how that works. Um,
I just have a tendency to always invite the Lincoln County Regional Planning Commission to everything,
yeah,
or ask them to do a lot more for us, and so far they seem happy to, but there are moments when there are capacity issues.
yeah, and then you say, hey, we would really like to have you at this meeting, yeah.
This seems like it would be good to start people thinking about when we have to update our comprehensive plan too. This really starts laying some groundwork for that.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I think it would help reaffirm, I mean, you realize the approval of the comp plan was 2018. It's 8 years ago now, almost 8 years ago. It got started even.
No, the adoption by the town, it has never been recognized by the state.
Yes, the adoption by the town was 2018.
Yeah.
So recognizing that it's been 8 years now. It'd be nice to say, Michael and I appreciate that document and find a lot of value in it. It'd be nice to reaffirm that those are the goals that are in there. Will make it a lot easier to jumpstart the next cycle of this with that information. Knowing that if we can get a good turnout for these community meetings, we'll have the information we need to say, what's in our comp plan now is still valid. As
Yeah.
of 2026.
Keep in mind too. It's 8 years, but doesn't mean 10 years is when you start thinking about.
Right.
updating
No,
the plan.
we should be updating in the next year.
We should
anyway.
we should really be talking about it, and I'll say that.
That's
By the
true.
time we get to the 10-year point, we're like, ready for vote,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. This is almost like a soft launch of.
Yeah,
Cause I was just thinking, in 2016, we were really in the thick of going through planning,
Yeah.
and outreach and doing it, so we are 10 years in second place.
All
Holy
right.
cow.
I know, dude, I know,
Oh,
That doesn't age you guys at all.
yikes.
what?
That doesn't age you guys at all.
Oh, no. Carbon dates us.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
Any questions on the sort of the agenda or the timeline for outreach?
My only comment was that it's a lot to fit in while we're also doing budget. That's gonna make for a lot of options.
That's why it's nice if somebody else kind of spearheading it.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to be at everyone, and probably we shouldn't all of us be at once, so there's that, but.
I'm just concerned with getting turnout. Like, how can we really get people to turn out so that we do get a broad spectrum of residents to give their opinions on these things.
Yeah, I think that's part of the intent of having some of those virtual versions of this. Stop having snowstorms, that would help. And part of this part of this effort to try to get this done in this timeline. Has to do with if there are any needs to make changes to our zoning.
Right.
I'd like to incorporate those. As part of the June ballot.
The zoning changes,
Yeah.
this coming June?
Yeah.
Oh,
Michael's working on some things,
I know,
and I would hope that some of this information might influence some of this thing.
okay. I don't know if there's enough time. I mean, you're talking about mid-March. Being sort of the last. Community gathering session and then. Compile all the
There
results,
must be middle of April. Right?
no later, 45 days. For ordinance,
Do you need,
one public hearing and then you have to have another one right before, within the window.
for a land use
For
ordinance?
land use ordinance. So. You were 5 months out. Essentially,
This depends what you do.
Yes.
I mean. That's the big question.
I'm not sure, yeah, okay, yeah,
I think. I've got confidence that Lisa will be a good facilitator for this. And what I see that is. We'll just get information, I mean, the key people, Michael. Town manager, maybe, and Lisa. Taking, holding meetings, getting information, that's key. We can be there.
Mhm.
To hear what's going on, see them better, offer comment, et cetera. I don't see waiting as a. For delaying and stuff. Advantage either.
I'm not advocating that, I'm just,
Even if those changes aren't ready for the time frame for this. We can always hold. Special town meetings to states.
Yeah.
I think what we had talked about at the last planning board meeting is there are some things that we wanted, but didn't feel like we could get them to June. Even at our last meeting. So,
Which my planner would help.
Yeah, I mean, so. We do a special meeting, that's.
September.
Yeah. Alright, then I'll make a motion to authorize town manager to sign a contract with Lisa Whited to facilitate community engagement in Newcastle.
Second that.
And root this. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Okay, motion passes by members. Item 6C, dedications and recognitions policy, so this is a substantial rewrite or edit,
In addition,
addition to
Yeah,
what we had before, so,
does that solve some of your issues, Ben?
that was great,
thought it was great, is that what you said?
perfect, good, nail it.
well, I did have a resident who shows up at a lot of our select board, or at a lot of the select board meetings, also sent me a couple of. Additional tweets.
A person to show the meeting office.
Yeah.
The only thing that got stuck in my mind is item 1, which is a plaque mounted to a boulder about the size of a bowling ball.
That's what- Well, and then the question was, what size, well,
Yeah.
the word bowling ball came up in this meeting, that's why I didn't.
Is it an 8-pound ball or a 15
Are
pound?
we talking handle pin or?
No, it's a real bowling.
Exactly.
It is
like
around
that.
here.
I was just, so another term for those, I don't, what else can we say? Size of a.
Just one more example of how we will measure it. Using anything but a metric system.
Well, and you can't
Bowling
say,
ball size.
well, 45 to 80 pound
Right.
boulder or something, nobody's gonna know what that means either.
10-pound boulder? £10 bowling ball, right?
You
Yeah.
could, you could put an actual volume, like how many cubic feet
Oh, cubic feet, yeah.
would be a way to go about it.
1 square meter.
Or smaller,
What,
1 cubic.
1 cubic meter.
One cubic meter.
1 cubic meter.
The cubic meter is huge.
or less.
That's-
Not to exceed,
39 inches.
Well, I mean, the stone that's in Veterans Park is under that size.
Yeah.
But not a whole lot.
Can we just say about the size of a carry-on suitcase?
How do you put it in the bin to check?
Let's specify airline too, you know.
Yeah.
you choose.
it's a Spirit or Delta, what are we doing?
I don't know, bowling ball just seems really, I don't know,
It's a little small.
I don't. Anyway.
With that
I
one
don't-
exception,
That's,
It
other than
looks
that, I
great.
think it's fine.
I think it's great. Even the way it is, it's fine, but I like the metric system.
Right. And there was another word change that was suggested. And I don't remember where it is, I'll look for it. Michael, what was it?
Uh, you talking about my suggestion?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the, using the use of the phrase, second. Values of the town of Newcastle,
values in.
yes. And, using an alternate word. That being
So, be consistent with the
Propriety.
town's mission.
propriety versus the values of the town of Newcastle. If the values of the town of Newcastle, can be interpreted as politically charged. You see what I'm saying?
mhm,
And who is the
Whose values?
arbiter of the values, yes. But propriety, it's a nice politically correct, neutral word, yes. Sorry to mince words, but that was that phrase raised an alarm bell in my head.
mhm.
Got it.
Thing.
What's in purpose, third, fourth sentence down. Second sentence.
Guiding principles, right? Is that what you're looking at? In guiding principles as well.
Yeah, so it be-
It's the top.
yeah. So replacing those values with I.
Yeah, rephrasing the sentence to. Just reflects propriety and propriety are appropriate for public spaces and improve.
I hear what you're
That's
saying.
the suggestion.
I hear what you're saying, but then we gotta, how far do we take it? Are appropriate for public spaces? Appropriate? Who determines appropriate?
Yeah, well, to me, the charged. Word is values
Values.
and defining values.
I have no problem with that, only because we're elected.
Yeah. Do see that.
We're elected by the predominant values of the town. If we weren't, we wouldn't be elected.
Yes.
So whatever those values are, is what's reflective of the town, or should be. I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, again, this is just a
I don't,
suggestion.
no, I hear you, it's
Trying-
great, but I.
Trying to keep you guys out of trouble.
I'm not, I love it, but there's a line where it's like, well, we could go a little too far down that road. And at some point, you just have to accept that the people that you elect to do the work of the town
Reflect
reflect your values, and you trust them to do a good job. And there has to be some trust and some faith. So. Whatever political spectrum that may represent at any given moment. It's
Yeah, not just political, philosophical as well.
philosophical,
you know.
ethical,
I'm a Buddhist, my values are different from being a
Absolutely.
Christian, you know.
right,
It's a charged word.
it is a church word.
You can make a less charged word.
Let me go back to my bowling ball.
Rufus nailed it.
What did you say, Rufus?
No, volume
One
measurement on
cubic
it,
meter.
1 cubic
not
meter.
to exceed
Was
one
that
cubic
too
meter.
big for you though?
That's huge though.
I mean, we're going from this to.
Okay, then not to exceed,
Half
Half a
a cubic
cubic
meter.
1.5 by 1.5
Cubic
by
yard,
1.5.
I mean, meter's bigger than a cubic yard.
not to exceed half a cubic yard.
Cubic. Not a yard, not to, oh, you want to use your.
Well, half a
Metric
cubic yard is
system?
1.5 feet. Metric.
Well,
Yard.
I mean, half a cubic yard is 13
1/3 of.
13 square feet, 13
13
cubic feet.
cubic feet,
That's
13 and a half
Big,
cubic
big.
feet, but yeah.
That's big, right?
yeah.
I can visualize that.
Bowling ball is like it's 1 cubic foot.
But yeah,
Roughly.
Yeah,
Wow,
not candle
right.
That well, not a correct, not a candle pin bowl.
Right.
Ball,
Yeah,
but
but the monument that's out there now is probably. Oh, if I had to guess.
What about the flagpole?
Yeah, the plaque is on. So probably at least 5 cubic feet. Maybe 6, yeah. Let's just do cubic feet. It's 3
Get
feet.
away from
Not
the
to
metric system.
10 cubic feet, not to exceed 10 cubic feet.
Sold.
Right? Next round
Yeah,
number.
sold,
There
and
you go.
I'm gonna let you guys vote while I use the rest of it.
It's in the base 10.
Love it, love it.
I would think most of what we would be addressing.
So excited.
Most
I thought I'd get one.
Well, that's the
people
hope.
aren't, right, most people aren't gonna wanna come in and get someone to.
Well,
deliver a
and that's,
massive-
that would be another way to measure it is not,
Something like.
not to
Rufus could pick
require,
up.
not to require, hydraulic equipment to move, like you can
Yeah.
move it with a hand truck. Or 2 people with straps can move it, or, not. I'm not talking a 1-ton.
Right.
Stone, we're talking a 120-pound stone,
So,
or a stone,
bowling ball.
2 stone.
The specific gravity of
Of,
granite is 185 pounds per cubic foot.
Wow,
so there you go, bowling ball.
There.
back to a bowling
That's
ball.
what that'll be, you can live.
I
You can
think
live
we can do a bowling ball up to, not to exceed a certain.
You guys aren't helping.
No, sorry.
We're off the rails here.
Yeah, Thomas, take over.
I like bowling ball.
You like bowling ball?
Alright, we're gonna stay with.
All right. So be it. Should I put 10 pin?
Yes.
But did we have a not to exceed there though?
I mean, it's roughly,
Roughly. Approximately.
approximately.
That's good.
Approximately bowling balls. 10 pin bowling balls.
It's
And that leaves a little bit of room for.
Yep. Not 4 bowling balls.
Right.
Come on, I let you guys wrap this up, we still thinking about it?
No, we just finished.
Okay, great.
Although I do think, we don't want it to be we don't want it to be too small either, because then someone could pick it up and take off with it. So, we do wanna be careful with that too. I mean, people have stolen headstones before.
Sure.
Yeah.
So,
I could take them to their grave.
someone took one to a horse's grave. To mark the horse's grave. Weird story.
alright. So we have a motion on this.
Let's see. Live with it for a little while. If we
Yeah.
don't amend it, we don't amend it.
Okay, yeah, you can amend it.
So we don't have a motion. All right, I can make a motion, a motion to adopt the dedications and recognitions policy as drafted. We didn't make any changes.
The only amendment was 10 pin.
Not, yeah,
Specify what type of bowling ball.
okay,
we're
as
measuring against.
amended.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion?
Can't believe we have a policy with tents involved.
Wait, that wasn't a joke?
No, no.
We don't want to do some with candle pin size.
You weren't
Someone
here,
said,
man.
"Take away,
You weren't here.
bathrooms." That's on you, man.
Okay.
All right.
10 years from now, someone's gonna be like, what?
Like, what? What are they doing in Newcastle?
Let's take a vote. All those in favor? All right, it's unanimous.
Strike.
Move on.
That's right.
That's, I
Yeah.
think we're all no budget.
Uh-huh.
Too much shoveling, too much blowing.
All right, let's get back to serious business here.
Oh, this one is pretty serious.
Yeah, the bond question, so, yeah, we have a chance to actually put this to work here, so. Kevin, you wanna, just take us through these
Sure.
4 options here?
Yeah, I'll start by telling you, we did reach out to Maine Municipal Bond Bank for the rates. You can see that. Bangor Savings also showed they don't do anything more than the 5-year loan. They're currently at 5.15. And then if you saw in my manager report, I added the First National gave us a rate of 5.96 for a 10-year and 6.23 for a 15-year. And of course, our contact there, Jake, he said he went and looked at the municipal bond bank. He said, you guys should go for that.
Yep.
So with that, staff would also reiterate, we'd like to recommend that you consider using Maine Bond Bank for at least the fire truck. On either the 10 or 15-year outlook. But the question really is, do you want to do the fire truck and cover Hopkins Hill Road while we're at it? There's about a $1 million request. I think that's what I gave some examples of those. So each of those has one with the fire truck only, which is 450, and one with as well as Hopkins Hill Road. 450. I think it's just 1 million. Oh boy.
It was, yeah, we have $1 million even on here for principal.
And I'm trying to remember, because we're gonna have another 50,000, when it comes time to buy the truck, we'll have another we'll have $250,000 in our fire truck reserve account. And our truck is priced at almost 650. So we would have to borrow for 400, not 450, sorry. So 450 for the fire truck. And about it's $600,000 is what the Hopkins Hill Road is quoted at right now. So we could do both of those things for $1 million, and I gave you some examples of what that annual cost would be going forward. My thought is that annual cost just gets shifted from what we currently have for capital roads into the debt service. So we're not necessarily increasing taxes by doing this, but we're just shifting costs to future interest payments for the duration of that.
What is the expected? Sorry, what's the life expectancy of the fire truck?
30 years.
30
minimum.
years. And maybe some rehab component to it at some
Yeah.
point. Probably in the 15 years is usually a rehab.
I mean, so if we're talking some sort of significant work to be done in 15 years, wouldn't it be nice to have it paid off before then?
Yeah.
Right? Seems like 10 years on a vehicle is about as far as you want to go.
There is, if you're looking at the replacement schedule for other apparatus, were to be paid off of this, the incoming truck. We want to be able to 10 year, because I think stuff is coming up for replacement in the next one is what, 8 or 9 years, I think it was.
When you know it, I happen to have a spreadsheet in our budget document that shows that. We have the next one that's coming up is 8 years out.
And what about the one that we're currently paying on?
Let's get that
And-
this year.
That's done this year.
27.
27.
Yeah.
Jane.
So-
Yeah, no.
So it'd be great if we were done with this a year after we start the next one. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, we're one coming in 8 years and one coming in 9 years,
Ugh.
and then the next one is 16 years.
I mean, I think if we consider anything personally, I do 10 years, with some stuff.
Okay,
I mean, just considering we have the money, we could do this stuff cash if we had to. So really, it's what's the best investment for return on the money, and shorter term is better. In terms of interest rates.
You have to pay less.
Well,
Less.
the difference between doing both of them 10 year and 15 years is $150,000 in interest payments. For the 15 year note,
More.
yeah,
Yeah.
an additional $150,000.
That's what I'm saying,
So
there's
there's no
no,
need to do it.
it's not like we're trying to afford something we can't, so therefore we have to
Yeah.
deal with it.
I mean, the only thing I think we have to consider, and you just alluded to it, Kevin, was that at that, 10 years. I'm too far, 10 years fire truck and Hopkins Hill. That's $121,000 in debt service that we're adding to the budget. Transferring from one item to the other, we just have to remember that every dollar we put into debt service is a dollar we'll basically pull out of capital roads.
Right. I mean,
For the future, so for 10 years, every year, we're $120,000, $121,000. Before we start in the red.
What's our annual payment on the current? And the current fire truck, is that 60? No,
27,000, what is it?
yeah,
Something like that.
another thing that I can find in.
I mean, it's in the
Warrant.
in the warrant.
This warrant.
Let's see, fire. Service.
It's $27,000. Just over. And next year will be 15.
Well, next year it's paid off.
Yeah, so it's been about $30,000 a year. For that truck.
if we did just the truck would be on a 10 year. Now we're looking at about 55.
But if we take that to 15 years, we end up paying an extra $70K in interest.
Yeah, I mean, I would,
In
If-
5 years.
if we felt that we wanted to not do it all in 10 years, I would say do the truck in 10 years, do the Hopkins Hill in 15, because that's. A longer, right, that's a.
I think we're bundling.
Yeah.
I was looking.
You want to bundle,
Bundling will save us money.
so.
Wow, I sound like an insurance company.
So the question that comes to my mind with this, with including the Hopkins Hill Road. Is. That was part of our capital projects that we got at the meeting.
Mhm.
To pay for it.
Yep.
So if we finance it, we've got that money sitting there that. Then becomes what? I don't think it should be in addition to whatever we put in there for this year.
Well, I think then we push it into next year.
Right, but I don't think then we should have $1.5 million in capital. Next year,
Well, this was the decision that we made last year. We didn't pull it off the warrant
right? 'Cause
last year at
got-
town meeting because it
it
got way too confusing.
It did,
And we said we'd kick the can to this year.
so that's why I'm bringing up this discussion.
Well, I think we talk about it when set this year.
Do you use, well, your other challenge right now is. Assuming the returns from our Lynch Road project. So having that cash as a hedge against anything that may or may not happen with that is also something to consider.
Mhm.
So you can leave it in the reserve and you can use it in the next fiscal year, you could leave it in the reserve and use it in 2 fiscal years. You have the money there for when you need to do road projects.
But we may not have the money there, physically there. To spend even in the coming year, depending on when reimbursements for the FEMA project happen. If they happen.
The money that is earmarked for the Lynch Road is in the severe storms account. So it's not drawing on.
No, that's from us, but the actual FEMA money, what I'm saying is. Because we haven't been audited in 3 years. And we know we've got this money and you're suggesting we put it on the books for this year, so we think of it as cash in hand. But we've spent a bunch of money out of pocket to cover the FEMA money, which we haven't received back yet and won't for some time.
July.
The checking account, the checking account could look very abysmal for a little while. If we count that 900 in capital roads and get spent in spring. That's all I'm saying.
We're okay cash on hand right now. And we
Okay.
will be. I'm not too worried about that. But that is a concern that should be recognized as we play this. What do we do with our road needs and how much money do we have available to cover those, let alone pay payroll?
Right.
I'm not worried about payroll.
I'm not worried about payroll either.
Okay.
I think we always. Just separate the two, I think we always considered that we were gonna take a loan. To the fire truck,
Yes,
and it just, so, discounting what we have in reserves, take that out, the difference would be. And I think that's why we set up the warrant too, the question. So I think the real question is Hopkins Hill, right?
Correct.
So that's.
Fire truck, I know I'm gonna move forward with
Yeah.
this route with your permission tonight.
Mhm.
I'll go get the bond taken care of. It's due like next week,
Mhm.
so
so we need to decide on Hopkins Hill too.
you need to decide on the fire truck tonight. So we can move forward with the process. I do need to know, do you want me to also include Hopkins Hill as part of this?
What's our timeline on that? Do you need to know that tonight?
Yeah, next Wednesday.
Yeah, well, which we're not gonna be able to do, because we won't have roads discussion until Wednesday.
Well, no, and this is Hopkins Hill. No, there's two separate things. We
Yeah,
already got the approval for the 900 last year.
No, I'm saying if you wanna bundle them. Right, I'm just considering the fire truck, the done deal. Go to 10-year bond, just do it, that's just my own personal opinion.
No.
But I mean, I think the other question is Hopkins Hill. Do you wanna bundle that and get that in underneath that sort of discounted rate for the bundle? How much time do we have to make a decision on Hopkins Hill?
Tonight.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, yeah, I mean, we really don't have, you said Wednesday next week, but we really.
that's what I have to submit, I have to have it.
Yeah, but we're not gonna have another meeting and we're not gonna have the roads discussion.
Well, why would we need to? This is work from last year. This was on last year's.
It's just part of the,
No, I don't think so. What Karen said was, I think, the most accurate. We asked at the special town meeting for the $900,000 approval for.
That was an annual time meeting.
At annual town meeting, I'm sorry, for that bond, and we got approval for that. That was good for 2 years for the project of Hopkins Hill Road, which we planned in fiscal year 2025.
So,
2025.
fiscal year 26.
So that project's in 2025. That project's not in 2027. The question is whether or not the money on hand should be counted in the 2027 capital roads project. Two separate issues, in my opinion. Does that make sense?
One thing you're gonna do too is, if you don't wanna use it, keep it in your road reserves, you can return it to your undesignated fund balance.
Sure, of course, yeah.
Or you could say, we're gonna do these extra projects, or we're just gonna let it sit there for a while until we know what we're gonna do. And that's the conversation with Seth. You know, I had him map out more projects than I budgeted for this upcoming fiscal year. And said, just give us more so the board has an actual discussion about what we wanna get accomplished this year, knowing the needs are great, the needs are there. And the needs are gonna be there for the next 5 years. But if we can get more done sooner, maybe that's worth it. If not, that's okay. It's just. Make a decision about the money. About the bond, either bonding this project or not. It's really the question. On this or not, we can deal with those other questions at later dates.
but I go back to last budget cycle and John Mill's comment. About how. Really, the idea of paying for everything cash. Is not spreading out the burden. To future residents or. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know if I said that correctly, but, so I think philosophically, we were at the point a year ago, do we take on debt as a town? I think we came to the conclusion, which is proof in our approval from the town vote, that the town is willing to accept some kind of tax, I mean, some kind of debt burden.
Hmm.
So I mean, we've got a good. We've got a good bond rating. We're in healthy financial condition. This is just a matter of back to the philosophy. Are we spreading out the burden or are we putting it square on everybody's shoulder this year?
No,
I go back to John's comment in that discussion, and it felt like the right thing to do, which is spread it out.
Yeah, and I think just to add to that a little bit, the way that we did it by asking the residents to vote specifically on, basically that Capitol Roads project and bonding it specifically. When they agreed to it and voted yes. If we didn't do it. I'm saying is we should do it.
Yes,
It's a mandate.
yeah. Yes,
Well,
So not only do I agree with you, but
Oh,
the
okay.
people agree with us.
yeah, I mean, like,
So I think we should do it. The
My-
only question in my head is 10 or 15 years, and I think we all think 10 years.
there's no reason to go
makes sense.
15 years if we
doesn't
can
make
afford
any
that.
sense. No, timing works out better.
Yeah.
We've got the cash, we're financially healthy.
Yeah.
You get a better rate and we don't pay so much interest.
Right.
And it's not gonna break the bank. It's only $121,000. Only $121,000 a
Yeah.
year.
For $1 million.
Well, I say that, and this is how your perspective changes, because 10 years ago, that was our whole
Budget.
capital budget.
Well. Yeah, I mean, it's not all interest though, $120,000 right, is that?
Principal and dues.
That's the payment.
At 3 point what percent?
In the first year, 3.45%.
It does go up as.
It does go up.
As the principal goes up.
I mean, 3.4% on $1 million is $34,000, so you get to 20.
No, 120 is the.
Annual debt
service.
service.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's 122.
that's right, because you are paying principal.
You're playing both.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
that's not just.
$84,000
Yeah.
or $85,000 goes up from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Principal.
Yeah.
Our loan on Academy Hill is often 30, like
Yeah,
30, right?
Right, then
So that's only 4 years from now,
Yeah,
or 4.5 years, whatever it ends up being.
Year 39, it'd be FY 31. Or is it,
So is
is it,
no.
is it FI or is it the
31.
actual
I don't know.
year?
it'll
I think
clear,
it's
it'll clear in 30.
2030, yeah. Which is
I don't
only
even know
20
what year it is anymore.
It's 26 now, it's 26.
The. Just the amount of flexibility I think that it can provide us to have an actual reserve in the capital reserve. On a year-to-year basis gives us a ton of more options when. A number comes in for a road that we see is completely necessary to work on. And you're not handcuffing yourself in other portions of the budget or anything like that, just because you have.
What scenario are you?
If we have a road project, 'cause
No, go back. You said having it in reserve. What did you?
having, cause by. Seeing as
By
we
doing the
already,
bond.
yeah, by doing the bond, we are. In essence, we have raised the funds twice, once
Yes,
through the bond, once through the budget.
Correct.
This past year. This is more of a it's more of a philosophical, in my mind, shift to having. That reserve account be a true reserve account rather than just a year-to-year
Expenditure.
expenditure account.
Yes.
So I do like the idea, the philosophy of treating that reserve account more as a reserve account. Rather than just kind of being able to make sure we can pay for a project past that year.
Sure. Of course.
I think it just gives us a lot more flexibility. Depending on what comes down.
Right.
Down the road.
Yeah, so,
Nah,
puns are flying thick tonight.
Even that now, you know.
I know, you can make those. For example, just to, another example of what you're saying, we could choose not to expend, the entirety of the fire truck reserve account. If we wanted to,
Correct,
and leave some in it. Or
for the
future,
next one.
right? And so we pay part of it in cash, part of it through a bond. That's a good strategy.
Now,
we
spending
do the
other
same.
people's money
Do the
is
same with road.
generally a good idea.
Was that?
Spending other people's money, if you can afford to do it,
The bank's money.
makes a lot of sense. Keep,
Well, there's
keep your
lots-
money in your pocket,
Yeah.
and you can always pay it off early.
Also, if I understand correctly, this doesn't even get us close. To approaching the amount of debt that we could carry.
Healthy debt.
you guys are nowhere near.
No, it's not,
It's not even close.
If you spent the next 3 years, borrowing to pay for your annual operating budget, then we're gonna have a conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
You're fine.
but we could actually do that for 2 years without actually being
Easy,
in danger.
yes,
Yes,
you could borrow $3.5 million tomorrow and.
Yeah.
Not even close, you borrow $3.5 million the next year,
Right.
not even close.
Right.
Maybe after 3 years.
3 years of that, yeah. Yeah, okay. Right,
It's the
So keep it under 10 million. Is what
Yeah.
you're saying, yep.
you're gonna turn,
You'll be fine.
yeah, I just don't think, I mean, this plus whatever, we're gonna. We're on a good rolling basis, not everything's gonna hit, it's gonna come off with booking stages, it's not all, no.
Yeah.
It's fine, it's great. I vote 10 years.
I
For both.
agree, for both, yes.
3 of you, so somebody wanna make a motion?
I'll move to authorize the town manager, thank you. Yeah, I will move to authorize the town manager to contract with the Maine Municipal Bond Bank for 10-year $1 million principal. And authorize use of the contingency account for bond counsel.
Did you tell us how much that might be? Do we have an estimate?
That's a few $1,000s.
All right, I mean, I'll second that, sorry.
Yeah, it's 2 or 3,000, I don't think I put that in.
What is bond counsel?
Attorneys who focus on bonds, it's a racket,
Okay,
but it's required by municipal bond bank.
okay.
Okay, I missed that. Who made the motion?
Rufus.
Rufus and second.
Ben,
Ben was second. Okay. Just further discussion. Anybody? Take a vote. All those in favor?
Right?
You up? So
Yep.
that is 5 members, you know, that's to go for a 10-year bond.
6E.
So now looking at 6E, board and committee appointments. Somebody help me out with the language here, but
So-
basically, we're looking to appoint Angela White to, I don't know the terms.
Great Salt Bay Sanitary District,
Is it a?
it's just till the next
Replacement?
municipal election, yes,
Okay.
director
Replacement term?
moved from town, moved from the community and no longer can represent the town of Newcastle.
Great, okay.
So also I'll make a motion to appoint Angela White to the Great Salt Bay Sanitary District until the next municipal election.
Second,
second,
discussion?
She was willing, right?
Yeah, I took a little convincing, but she got there.
Awesome. Okay, all those in favor?
I'm gonna abstain since she's my sister.
All right, 4 in favor, 1 abstention. Okay, new business, item 7A, website design. And I got a chance to dig deep in this, I think. We're on the right path here, right?
What,
From where we left it, the sort of premium website,
the custom design?
custom design,
Custom design versus the template design?
yeah.
I hope you had a chance to look through some of the links to see the other types of sites. I think the general consensus was move forward with a custom design site. They do look a little better, they feel better, but it's an option. It's a difference of a few $100s a year. And I thought. Bring it to you guys. I mean, the whole reason we're here, I have not been a fan of the site we've had. But I made it work for the last few years. I did get a message late this fall, to tell us that the Drupal, which is the software used to drive our website, is end of life in August. So I have no other option but to explore. Civic Plus is fine. I think that their prices have gotten a little wonky. Dameron Scott just went through the process of revamping theirs. I think there's better options out there. From a price point and a customer service standpoint, I would argue that Revise was our best option when we were looking at these.
Well,
So
even the custom one is cheaper than what we would be paying if we stayed with who we currently have, right?
right now, it's a little more, but under the Civic Plus renewal that I was
Right.
looking at, it's substantially less. Thousands of dollars less.
And we actually get something that
We get a product we want, I threw in, like, one of the reasons I was holding off is because I was hoping that. When we apply for the community action grant, I'd get some funding for, on the resiliency side. Email and chat link, so I can send one message out to email and
text
text
messages.
to let people know, the road's closed, or their town office is closed, or whatever. They gave it to us for free, Revised it. So it was an added benefit, which would have cost another $1,200. So. We are getting that for no additional cost.
That's nice. That's a nice feature too. I'm probably the only one who's taken advantage of it in the past because I lived in a town that had it.
Yeah.
But I still, 5 years having left my town in New Jersey, I still get them just to see what's going on there because they often get storms for us. But they do wires down on such and such a road. Don't go that way. There's a tree across this road. Don't go that way. We have 800 people in town without power. The estimate for it to be back is on such and such a date. This is all good stuff that comes through the text message system.
Yeah, it's a service I'd love to provide to the residents in Newcastle.
It just gives you more stuff to do in your day though, to send out messages.
When it's an emergency, I am more than happy to put everything aside and focus on that issue.
But I found that very valuable.
Plus, I have a good team under me that
Yeah.
are getting very savvy with this stuff, so.
They also send out warming shelters and cooling shelters and all that kind of good stuff, the resiliency.
Okay, any other questions, or we?
I would just say if this is what you're most comfortable with, this is what we go with. Like. You're the guy that has to deal with it the most, so.
Thanks.
So I'm
And
happy to let you have your way on this one, especially because it's cheap.
it's gonna be cheap, yeah.
This has been exactly the conversation we've had the last 2 times we've done the town website.
What?
Whatever you wanna do, you're the boss.
It's a boss.
You gotta manage it.
But was it cheaper those times?
No.
I bet it's gonna be better and cheaper.
Yeah,
We looked at briefly the website that was. Prior to this one. And it was like, oh, I remember that.
Mhm.
Then we looked at the one that was prior to that one.
Oh, yeah, I did the timestamp.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
man, that was what we had, whatever it
Mhm.
was, it was pretty sad.
doesn't say anything about what technology it is.
What that?
That must be a geek, it doesn't say anything about what technology they're using. It's okay, it doesn't matter.
Oh, you mean the background? The background,
Yeah, I wanna know what they're using,
gotcha.
but it doesn't matter.
Can I move to authorize town manager to sign a multi-year contract with Revise to redesign the Newcastle website?
Second.
All right, Rufus and Tom, and any discussion?
Is it gonna be much? Is it gonna be much of a time suck for you? Is it gonna take a lot of time or
No,
they do?
our deputy town clerk has excitedly said she would project manage this for us.
Yay, alright, good.
I just don't know how much, I'm curious as to how much time it's gonna take to
A few months. I mean, there,
push out everything onto the new website and.
we don't have a lot, we don't have a lot of pages.
Okay.
So the content is not gonna be that difficult, and I really don't wanna, I don't wanna take what we have, I wanna start fresh.
Mhm.
And I'm approaching it differently. You know how we've been showing you all these links back into our Google storage? The website will also do that, so as we update things, they won't be static or stale.
Mm.
It'll modify and change as the website will be there, but all the information you get to will be quicker to get to.
Okay.
And we can modify it based on what people are interested in.
Mhm.
So when you do a search for something, we can see those analytics and then say, oh, well, maybe that should be at the front of the page. Can't do that with the current site.
But that'll be good. I've been on a number of other town websites and finding the past maps is impossible
Yeah.
or.
We have a
something.
vision and we, you know, the conversations we've had, they seem to be open to trying to figure those things out, so.
Good.
Alright, let's take a vote on that. All those in favor?
Yep.
That's 5 unanimous. Great, moving on to item 7B, which is fire capacity grant. Saw this afternoon. Kevin, you wanna mention?
Yeah,
what this-
so in December, our fire department applied for a state of Maine Department of Agriculture, Conservation and Forestry grant through the 2026 Volunteer Fire Capacity, which is a grant, for $4,649 to help cover forestry fire hoses and personal protective equipment. It's a 50% match, and the department has the capacity to accommodate the match. So on January 16th, we received a letter confirming we've been awarded this grant. And just need the board's approval to accept it. So,
I'll make a motion to accept the 2026 volunteer fire capacity grant of $4,649.
Second. Discussion, all those in favor? Motion passes.
thank you.
Item 6, excuse me, item 8A, fiscal warrant FY 26 for the amount of, sorry, AP warrant FY 26, 13th AP warrant, and it is for the amount of 491 thousand $38.53.
I'll move that.
Second that.
This big one has a school budget, school bill in it. Yeah, that's what I remember. Yeah,
Yep.
it's always nice to know what's causing it to be so high.
Okay, any other discussion? All those in favor?
Good.
Yeah, motion passes 5 members, and town manager report.
Bunch of the things have already been covered as part of this conversation. I just mentioned the damn new Public Works Committee was supposed to meet tonight, but we postponed. Part because of the weather, in part because Andy and I need some more time. A lot on our plate, but we haven't yet scheduled we haven't rescheduled the meeting yet, but we will soon and get that information out there. Like I've said before, all of the meetings are recorded and all the content is available on the Damascotta Town website. I've also provided links to the Lincoln County Sheriff's Town Report, as well as the call analysis. Kind of interesting to just kind of poke around and look at what
I
kind of calls.
I
they
would
get.
never have suspected they had that many calls in Newcastle in the year.
So, I don't think we've ever shared that document
Yeah.
before, so.
Oh, I've never seen
And then lastly, the Lynch Road detour. It looks like I'll be going out there tomorrow to meet with the engineer and the instructors to talk a little bit about any potential changes that might need to be addressed. Some soil depth challenges with where they thought the ledge is, and having to maybe modify attachment to that ledge, so. Or not. Trying to drive pylons down, it's not deep enough. So excavate to some depth without going over budget. Might be some use of contingency to address these matters, but. In that link, there's now a second inspection report that came out in December. I hope to have another one for you very soon.
I tried to see it the other day, but I couldn't get close enough and it was too cold to get out of the car.
I know, I've been thinking that I need to drive down there and look.
Well, the old box culvert is gone, has been removed.
Mhm.
There's just a big ditch, so do not drive your car too far.
When I was there, there was a lot of equipment parked in the way anyway, and it's all closed down.
Nice, and that's it.
That's all I got.
Exactly.
So that's it, folks. Nothing else to see here, so without objection, motion to adjourn meeting at 8:21 p.m.
Excellent.
Next one.